Welcome back to the SkillGround Playground, and today I've got a really exciting milestone update to share. The draft library has hit 4,000 animations. Let's have a look at what that means. 4,000 animations, each 10 seconds long, which means that we got 666 minutes. Oh, scary number. We got 666.666 minutes of animated content, or 11.1 hours of animated content available in the draft library. So what is the draft library? Well, these 4,000 animations are not really meant to be used in any final video that you're creating. So why use them? And why am I talking about them? Stick around and I'll tell you all about it. Traditionally, in the filmmaking process, regardless of if you're using SkillGround, if you're creating a video yourself, or if you're hiring an agency to create that video for you, the core process will be fairly similar. To start off with, you're doing a brief to lock down the information, the target group, the message, everything that you want to convey, and all the important information goes into the brief. That moves into a script where you're taking that information and converting it into an engaging written story that will be conveyed through a voiceover, like mine, talking throughout the video. Traditionally, at this stage, you would create what's known as a storyboard, a static, hand-drawn, kind of like a comic book, showcasing the entire story from start to finish. Regardless of it being live action, like me, hello, or animation, like this guy, hello. The process is kind of the same. You need to figure out what goes into the final frame. But in SkillGround, we don't use a traditional storyboard approach. We use something that we're calling a draft video and the draft library. Think of this like the skeleton of a human being or the foundation of a house, the core framework for what you're going to be showing in your video that will then take the nice illustrations, the graphic profile, the visual guidelines, the fonts, the colors, everything else that goes into the final look and feel, and will apply that to the skeleton. But we use the skeleton to figure out where we should be spending our time and energy and blood, sweat, and tears. And this is the beauty of the draft library, because this is a communal library that's constantly growing with every new user, every new project, every new idea. The draft library is expanding to accommodate those ideas. So what does this all mean to you as a SkillGround user? Well, you can think of the draft library as kind of the ordering tool in SkillGround. So, to create a video, let's say you have 80% of the content already available in your library. That's perfect, it's just right for what you want to convey. But then you find a couple of gaps. For these gaps, this is where you turn to the draft library. And out of the 4,000 scenes that's growing on a weekly basis, new stuff coming all the time, out of those clips in the draft library, there's going to be something in there that you can use. And if there isn't, which could happen, then this is an opportunity for you to come up with your own idea that will then be created as a draft clip for feedback and approval. Once that's done, that clip will then be converted into your final look and feel and mix in with everything else in your video that you've created entirely on your own. Now, the cool thing about this is that you, as a SkillGround user, you don't need to be a professional animator or video maker, because of course you have the SkillGround library to help you. That's the purpose of the platform. It's a tool to allow you to go from idea to finished video in record time at a really high quality. And this is the power of the draft library. It's not just growing based on what you want for this one specific project. It's growing based on what everybody else in the SkillGround user base wants and what we think you should want or could want or might need. This library is growing all the time, and we are working hard to make sure that the entire SkillGround database serves every single need that you might have. So at this point, I really just want to thank you. Thank you for helping us contribute to the ever-growing SkillGround library with new users, new projects, new ideas. All of that stuff goes into making the library and the tool itself be the very best it can be to help you create your video and learning content.